Out in the where the dust settles, there's a little old bar where the honey runs deep. They started slinging dogs to the buzzing crowd. Now the whole town's howling and singing loud. Oh, meat and dogs, what a heavenly pair. Gold and honey sipping with a sausage flair. The word got out, now the line don't end. Hot dogs and meat got the desert to bend. Big Joe Golden said he couldn't believe a wiener so fine it could make you breathe. The meat was flowing sweet as a dream. Now every night's a party and a wild-eyed scene. Oh, meat and dogs, what a heavenly pair. Gold and honey sipping with a sausage flair. The word got out and now the line don't end. Hot dogs and meat got the desert to bend. Oh, men, come on, meat and dogs, what a heavenly pair. Gold and honey sipping with a sausage flair. The word got out, now the line don't end. Hot dogs and meat got the desert to bend. From dusk till dawn they're pounding the floor. For those juicy dogs they're screaming for more. The meat paws buzzing like a hot dog mad. A hot dog revolution in the best time they had. Oh, meat and dogs, what a heavenly pair. Gold and honey sipping with a sausage flair. The word got out, now the line don't end. Hot dogs and meat got the desert to bend. Oh, men, and dogs, what a heavenly pair. Gold and honey sipping with a sausage flair. The word got out and now the line don't end. Hot dogs and meat got the desert to bend. Oh, men, from dusk till dawn they're pounding the floor. For those juicy dogs they're screaming for more. The meat bars buzzing like a hive gone mad. A hot dog revolution in the best time they had. Oh, meat and dogs, what a heavenly pair. Gold and honey sipping with a sausage flair. The word got out and now the line don't end. Hot dogs and meat got the desert to bend. Oh, men, go men, go men, up the desert to bend.
Two pals of the plan, Mr. Yabbo and FDO, streaming their hearts out, putting on a show. The town is buzzing, folks lining in the street. They tune in nightly for that rhythm and beat. Yabbo and FDO, they light up the night. Everyone's cheering, it feels so right. Streaming their magic, the town's on fire. Together they climb higher and higher. Set the stage, bright lights agleam. Cameras rolling, chasing that dream. Mr. Yabbo laughs, FDO spins the tale. The crowd's alive, they'll never fail. Yabbo and FDO, they light up the night. Everyone's cheering, it feels so right. Streaming their magic, the town's on fire. Together they climb higher and higher. Neighbors and strangers all gather around, dancing and swaying to that joyful sound. The heartbeat of the town, two friends so true. Their passion and laughter breaking through. Yabbo and FDO, they light up the night. Everyone's cheering, it feels so right. Streaming their magic, the town's on fire. Together they climb higher and higher. Set the stage, bright lights agleam. Cameras rolling, chasing that dream. Mr. Yabbo laughs, FDO spins the tale. The crowd's alive, they'll never fail. Yabbo and FDO, they light up the night. Everyone's cheering, it feels so right. Streaming their magic, the town's on fire. Together they climb higher and higher. Neighbors and strangers all gather around, dancing and sway to that joyful sound. The heartbeat of the town, two friends so true. Their passion and laughter breaking through. Showtime's near, they're ready to shine. Each step they take, they blur the line. Between friends and stars, between dreams and fame, the whole town's behind them, calling their name.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the first, one and only, maybe, episode of the Yabbo and FDO show. I am your host, Mr. Yabbo. A name,
and I am your co-host, FDO.
And there's FDO, my producer. Right, if we're gonna follow the template. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a great time. I see we've already got a little bit of activity in the YouTube chat. What's up, everybody? What's up, Brick? What's up, Dave and Krista? Glad you could join us. Yeah, so this is it. I have cobbled together, you might say, a bit of a show for us tonight. Obviously, this show is a loving tribute, and it's in honor of Dave and Krista, who are getting settled into their new digs. Yeah, the Mr. Yabbo thing, I think everybody knows how I got that name. It's because my last name is Diabbo. And so
I actually didn't know that.
That's the mythos of that name, and it only applies to this particular community. Like if we're talking about salmon, like it's not Mr. Yabbo, it's Half Native Creative. But most people know me also as Half Native Creative, and I am creative. I create things, including streams like this, and so. FDO and I have been working pretty hard over the past couple of days to put together a special slot of programming for everybody here. Just to talk a little bit about what's going to be on the agenda tonight. We're going to watch two vintage films, which both have the same theme, which is how not to be an asshole at work, pretty much. Is that a fair way to describe it, FDO?
I'm going to be honest, I came in not knowing. I wanted to react like raw to this, like no preemptive.
So, yeah, most of what FDO's workload was creating a great curation, you might say, of commercials. And to my delight, they are wonderful. And they're Canadian. And for somebody who's never set foot in Canada before, I mentioned this to you before, FDO, you have done a bang-up job of selecting the cream of the crop of Canadian commercials, and they span from the 80s, 90s, and a few of them from the 2000s, and so we'll get into that later. I think we're all going to really enjoy it. Yeah,
I appreciate it. I think I missed one. I didn't get a Tim Hortons commercial in there. It's kind of an oversight.
Tim Hortons isn't all that great anyway, and they kind of suck. And ever since they got bought out by that like Brazilian multinational, and the quality's really taken a dip. Yeah, but if you want to wait in line for mediocre coffee, go ahead. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know now if I have the ability to rant the way that Dave does, so I don't know if I'm going to try that. But I will try my best to kind of reach inside of me and like pull out some like strong opinions about things.
I will try my best to do that. I used to be a good ranter, but I've kind of mellowed out. But Dave will probably light a fire under my ass in the comments section, so we'll see.
Well, we'll see. And by the way, if anybody else wants to come on and rant, we are live in the FFOP Radio general voice chat. So if you'd like, by the way, if you're on YouTube, mute your YouTube or switch to Discord. Don't try to run them both at the same time, or you might have a bad day. I have no guarantees about like what'll happen if you do that. But yes, we're running a live stream both on YouTube and Discord. So if you'd like to join in on the voice chat, then your voice will be on the stream and you can come say hi if that's your thing. All right, so without further ado, I think we can get into it. We're going to start off with our first film, which is I think like a 1949 film, simply titled How to Keep a Job. And yeah, let's get into it. Somebody needs to fix the tracking adjustment on that like film reel. That's what they call a pink slip, I guess, right? Like, you've heard of this terminology before, right? Like, oh, I got my pink slip today. Like, what a rude ass way to fire somebody. Like, you show up at work and you're like in line with all the other people, and they're all clocking in, and you're talking about what you're going to eat for lunch that day and whatnot, and then you just pull out your card, and there's like a little pink slip attached to it saying, "Oh, by the way, you're fired." Because fuck you.
Yeah, that's why you don't give them a 2-week notice. They can fire you on the spot.
No
so
2-week
just
notice.
leave.
It says right there, effective date immediate. What a bunch of bastards.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
So he's hitting the streets. He's got his Buster Browns on. Ambitious young man can make place for himself in well-established company. Attitude more important than experience. Okay, circle that one.
See, Mr. Wiley.
Remember, like,
Sign your soul right here.
did you ever have your parents tell you, oh, you know, if you're having such a hard time finding a job, you ever that like boomer meme of like, just go knocking on doors, just go like bring like copies of your resume printed on like fancy paper stock, and like just drop it off and just like randomly show up at businesses and asking for a job, and that's how they got a job, by gum, and that's how you should get a job too.
No, my dad's a very realistic person, so I've never gotten that.
Oh, well, bless his heart. My dad was a really old fuck. He was a really old guy. Like, he was an old schooler. Like, rock and roll music was too new for him. And so, like, he was very much of that generation of, like, yeah, you got to just go in and, like, shake somebody's hand. And I think at one point he told me to print my resume on, like, he bought me nice paper to print my resume on, too. It was kind of cute.
This looks all right.
So it says you've been talking to 14-year-olds.
Can you explain this gap in your resume? Yeah, I was in prison.
Why are you interested in this job?
I need a steady job, Mr. Wiley, with a chance to go places.
I see.
Well, you're just a straight shooter with upper management written all over you.
Now, this one job you had with the Central
'Cause I wanted to.
Distributing Company. You worked there for 18 months?
Yes, sir.
Why did you leave?
Because I wasn't getting anywhere. After 18 months, I figured I was worth more than they were paying me.
Plus, they're all a bunch of bastards.
And I figured I was ready for promotion to more important work.
I see.
Honest, Mr. Wiley, it was a rotten company. I don't know why I stayed as long as I did.
Now, that's not what you want to do, right? Like, you don't go into the job interview, it's like talking shit about the last job. Yeah, they're all a bunch of fucks, you know? Especially that one guy who was having an affair with the secretary. And
Tell me, were you fired?
Oh yeah, it happens to be my cousin Bob.
Yes.
it's a small world. You never know.
But
Word
it
gets
wasn't
around.
my fault. The company just up and started firing people. Retrenching, they called it.
Retrenching. Is that, I guess, restructuring? Like, downsizing? Is that? I've never heard this term, retrenching.
Yeah, that must be some old term.
It's like some old term. Like, they used to call human resources personnel. But, I mean, it sounds better, actually.
What
Sounds
do you
like
think
World
of
War
that?
I terminology.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty normal situation. A business has to live within its income. Many factors affect that income. Sales, general economic conditions, the development of new industries that replace old ones. For these and many other reasons, businesses often go through periods of adjustment and reorganization when they're forced to let people go.
I didn't do anything. Why me?
You said that in 18 months you hadn't gotten anywhere.
That's right. Other fellows who started later were promoted.
Was the guy who directed this the same guy who directed Reefer Madness? It just has that kind of like feel to it, you know?
Oh, I hope someone jumps out the window.
Yeah, somebody's like, play the piano faster, faster, faster.
Promoted right over my head.
How much warning do you need? Couldn't you see the company valued the other fellow's services above yours?
But I thought I was doing fine. What did I do?
Do you expect me to answer that?
No, sir. I guess you wouldn't know.
Actually, I probably do know.
You wouldn't
better than
understand.
you do. I have no business taking time for this, but well, I can't help thinking you might.
Oh, you
really
had a
amount to
business. That's
something
why I'm here.
If you'd set your mind.
You're just a job applicant, but I'm going to take you under my wing and, you know, teach you a thing or two about the world. What the hell? I've got 20 minutes.
Try to see yourself as your employer saw you. Better still,
Lazy bum.
let me give you a picture of a case I really do know. It's about a young man who came to work in our shipping room here, and another young man. Now, we begin work here at 8:30. That's the time to begin this business of keeping a job. And that's the time Bob Anderson began work every day. We could depend on him to be on time and to do his work on time. You might call him an eager beaver. But
Eager
look at it from
beaver.
the...
Another thing about this film, especially in contrast to the one we're going to watch after this, yeah, like what Matt said, lots of like young men of a certain complexion, right?
employer's point of view. Wouldn't you like to have Bob working for you?
Sure.
Dependability is one of the main keys to keeping a job
Especially with his dashing members-only jacket.
and getting ahead. Now, dependability includes a willingness to work. Some of the work in our shipping room is hard work. That's why we've
It's a
always
big
had
box.
two fellows working there.
Oh, come on,
Well,
Bob.
two fellows who were supposed to be working. The other fellow
Time
I
to
want
get
to
that
tell you
worker
about
stomp.
is Walter.
Ooh,
Bob's
Walter.
brother. Bob's twin brother.
What a jag-off.
But the resemblance is only skin deep.
Come on, Walter.
Look at Walter from the employer's point of view, and you see how not
I'm
to
reading
keep
the
a job.
funnies.
Look at him from Bob's point of view, and you see how not to get along with your fellow workers. On the other hand, Bob would be popular wherever he worked.
Big box of butt plugs.
You know he would do his share
Oh, yeah.
of the work.
Oh, he was going to
and help
Dave's
others
house.
who needed help.
These
Cooperation
butt plugs
is
need to be
another
sent to
way
Dave's
to
house
keep a job.
pronto. Priority mail.
No, it's just actually a single butt plug. Just one
Walter
big one.
finally decides to go to work, but
The jazz
a job he
singer.
was supposed to do first thing.
What the hell is that, a meat
Actually, He
slicer?
was supposed to run them off the evening before, but he put it off. This
Great.
is how not to be dependable. How not to
Sorry,
cooperate
Dave, we didn't
with
mean
the
to
company and with
out
your
you
fellow
like that.
workers in your own and other
How
departments.
dare you?
Poor Walter.
Succulent
Who
Chinese
should come
meal.
into the shipping room but me? The
Uh-oh.
boss
Succulent made in
always
China
seems to
butt
find
plug.
out. Walter's manner gave him away.
You've been slacking
Now,
off,
it isn't
Walter.
hard
Boss
to learn
knows.
To make good, clean copies on a duplicating machine. And this wasn't the first time I'd had to criticize Walter for making poor copies. And it wasn't the first time he tried to alibi his way out of a situation.
Sir, no, it's the machine. The
fact
machine. It sucks.
Walter just
a piece of
couldn't
shit,
take
sir.
criticism. Yet how can a man expect to improve
Plus,
on a
Rage
job
Against the Machine was
if he won't
born.
listen
That's
to
the machine
very
they were
people
talking
who can
about.
help him? Just before closing time, you'll find Bob getting the shipping room ready for the night.
Cleanliness.
And you'll find Walter getting himself ready. So he won't be a second late punching the clock. An employer sees this as a sure sign that a man isn't really interested in his
It's one of
work.
those last in, first out guys.
Hell raise hell
I
if
ask
you
you,
miss that
If
time
you
to
were the
clock
employer
out.
and had to cut down your staff,
He's perfectly cut out for
fellow would
civil
you-
service.
That's not hard to answer. But why didn't you go ahead and fire this, Walter?
now don't be too hasty.
This kid looks like
I'm only
Jack
telling you
Nicholson's
about
like
Walter's
kid
bad
cousin or
points.
something.
He did enough
I could
work to
see
hang
it,
on
yeah.
to his job. As long as times are
Mac
good,
Jickelson.
there'll be jobs for fellows
Oh,
who
yeah.
just barely do enough.
Sort
to
of,
get
it's in
by.
the eyebrow, the ridge of the
But to
eyebrows.
keep a job
there.
when the going gets rough, you need to ensure your job.
Going gets rough. Men
Make
like to get
yourself
tough.
So valuable, your employer can't let you go. We've talked about dependability and cooperation.
As you can see, I'm wearing
Now.
some right now.
Another prime quality is initiative.
Initiative.
And for once, I have something
More
good
butt
to
plugs.
say
More
for
person
Walter.
today's butt plug shipment.
It's not hard to understand why he was unhappy whenever shipments were left just inside the door.
Yeah, that
The
would kind
packages
of
had to
piss
be
me off
hauled
too.
all the way
Oh,
across
these are the new
room
lightweight
around,
models
Then hauled back again.
made of this new
when they
material
went
called
out.
plastic.
If you don't like the way
Surely
things
will
are
not
done,
affect my
you can spend a
testicles
lot
in
of
any way.
time
No,
complaining
not
about
in
it.
like 50 years.
That was Walter's usual way. But this time, he got an idea. and he knew what to do with it. In every company,
So we sat on
there's
one.
plenty of
Another
room for
machine.
improvement, and the management usually welcomes suggestions from employees. Walter's
Ooh.
idea was a practical
It's just a
one.
shredder on the
Only
inside.
Just
Tears it apart.
Company benefits through time saved and less handling of
turns into
taxes.
toilet paper for like the employee
Fellas in the
bathroom.
shipping room benefits
Like
through having
you
one
undo
of
the
their
roll and it's like
jobs
literally your
made
suggestion.
easier.
Oh, that was a rough
And
one.
Walter improved his standing with his
Time is
employer
money, you know.
by his display of initiative.
This tie looks short.
But one good mark isn't
His
enough.
pants are high.
It's a technique, right?
One
It's
day,
like
not
a
long
way of,
after,
of setting up your
Walter was
tie
taking advantage
so that
of
it
a
doesn't
lull
get
in
caught
the
in like that duplicating machine.
Bob was bringing the shipping records up to date when...
Oh my god, is that a Nazi?
What you got there? Shipping for you.
Who is there a Nazi?
Wise guy.
Blown in straight from Germany. Just signed here.
Well, finally. The stuff they've been running in here asking about every hour. for the
Just
last
landed
3
in my
days.
Damn,
Messerschmitt.
Dave. Abusing these people. Let
That's
it
the way it
go.
is in
They'll
this
get
company.
to you.
They wait till they run out of something, and everybody runs around like crazy. No system, and nobody in charge with enough brains to start one. What a way to run a business.
You don't like the company, why do you work for it?
Yeah.
Me, I work for a swell outfit. I'm proud of them.
Yeah, you work for the freaking
Maybe I'd like
SS.
to work for them. Could they use me?
What for? A press agent?
Ooh, burn. Burn.
Yeah,
Found
him.
out that nobody thinks very much of a man who talks against the company he works for.
Womp womp.
And what did Walter gain by making that false statement about his company? Nothing. Except trouble for himself if it got back to his
Looks like he's wearing
employer,
his dad's
which
clothes.
it did.
They don't fit him right. They're all
I guess
loose.
it's not very different.
This was
from
in the days
way
of the
I was talking
hand-me-down,
to
man.
you
People wouldn't throw things
about
away
the place
ever.
Where I used to work.
Well, there's a saying, if the shoe fits.
Oh, the shoe fits all right. You knew it would,
The
didn't you?
shoe fits what? What's the rest of the
I
saying?
could see my shortcomings all over the place. Dependability, initiative, cooperation,
And shoes.
loyalty. I could have done a lot better on every count.
You can do better. Come on.
Yes, sir.
What now?
Well, Bob, I've got a new assistant for you. Bob Addison, this is Ed Blakesley.
Hi, Ed. Glad to meet you.
Bob's
They
a good
then
man to
fell in
watch.
love.
As soon as he trains somebody to take over
It's
here,
their meet
he's
cute.
moving up to assistant purchasing manager.
Say, that's great. Mr. Wiley's been telling me about you and your brother.
My brother?
Yeah.
Don't
your
ever
friend,
talk about my brother.
Walter.
I had a
Oh, I
point
forgot to
make,
tell
so
you,
I
he's
invented-
schizophrenic.
Oh wait, no, this is like the big twist in the film. This is what makes the whole film like, whoa, like the M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Did a twin
yeah.
brother for you.
It turns out
You
this is
see,
actually
in
in
this twin of Bob's,
1862 or
I
something.
was really describing Bob's poor conduct on the job when he first
He was actually describing Bob's shittier self.
came to work here.
Oh, you mean the way I was loafing on the job around here before?
I get it. And then
Oh,
well, if you can
Clever.
say, Mr. Wiley, did I ever tell you about my twin brother?
Inside of us is two wolves.
oh no.
Well, hey, that was whatever the hell that movie was called. How to Keep a Job, 1949, a Coronet film, where we talked about
Oh, yeah.
evil twins and wearing shoes and Nazis and other white people.
Yeah, it was the fourth film in the Cornetto trilogy. They made a new flavor just for it.
This was back when the Cornetto trilogy was kind of shitty. So yeah, what you
Quadrology now.
before moving on, FDO? Any thoughts on 1949's epic How to Keep a Job?
The characters were strong. The plot was slightly weak, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's pretty good.
they had me in the first half. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we got another one. This one, shockingly similar,
Hey.
but from a different era.
They remade it.
They remade it with an ensemble cast. It's quite exciting. And this one's from, I think, was it like 1974?
Yeah, 75.
Early
around
70s. I think it's
there.
early 70s. And it's called Keeping a Job is Work. And it's not made by Coronet. It's made by another firm. A much more hip with it sort of crowd. And I think we'll enjoy it. Dibby Dash.
The music's pretty damn good.
The music
I'll say
is
that.
grooving. I love the music in this one.
I was tempted to sample it, send it to you, but I didn't get around to it.
It still looks like they're using the same paperwork, though, right? Like it looks like the form from the other film, right?
I think it's the exact same paper. That man is sunburned.
Oh my god, he's so sunburned. Look at these groovy cats.
Where's their dog in the mystery machine? Young.
These 4 young people have been hired.
Mr.
But will
Sunburn.
they be able to keep their jobs? When you accept employment with a firm or an individual,
He's only a little
you've also
sunburned.
accepted certain responsibilities.
He's really sunburned.
Oh
To
my
keep your
god.
job, you must meet
Looks
those
like his skin's
responsibilities.
falling off.
It is as simple as that.
I don't trust that guy. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. Like with ears like that, he's got the ears of like you wouldn't know this because it's a TCAP reference, but Michael, what's his stupid name? Cybert, the rat predator. Only this guy's like,
He looks like a Russian dude that could break your arm in arm wrestling.
yeah, he looks like a longshoreman or something, right? And he needs a haircut. Get a haircut, you hippie.
Or at least the ears are noticeable. They're not covered.
Thing is, he can hear things from like 500 yards away, no problem.
I think he hears us now through the screen.
He's got like full HD hearing.
Some employers or supervisors
The music's
will
really
continuously
good.
instruct,
I just gotta keep
direct,
saying that.
and advise you. Others
The music
will give you
alone is worth a
assignments with
watch.
little instructions. In either case, you'll be evaluated on your performance, and your job will depend on it. You may have the best intentions in the world, but it's performance that counts.
What is that thing that he drew on the blackboard? Any ideas? Looks like a transformer.
It looks like a gladiator mask on the left.
Is this a factory where they make gladiator masks?
What then are the things that will make the difference between keeping your job and being promoted, or losing it?
See there, you didn't use
The first
enough pencil
responsibility is
there.
to give
And
the highest quality work
you
that
used
you can.
too much pencil there.
There are, however,
Oh, it's the
Dude,
meat
you signed
slicer.
your-
responsibilities.
The meat
You signed your own
slicers.
name wrong.
That wacky machine
Two
is
of
making
the
another
most important
return.
things in keeping a job or being at work every day.
Oh, it's the opening
and
to
being on time.
Laverne and Shirley, yeah. Or it's like that scene in I Love Lucy with like the chocolates.
Ah!
She showed up late. She knocked over her books on the thing, and now she's just kind of getting like snickered at by her work colleagues. But that music, man, I'm fully with you on that.
I wonder if they pressed it to vinyl.
I'd buy that. I'd buy that for $1.
You'd have to shell out $45 for it.
I
but
just
yeah.
can't seem to get myself together in the morning. It's the baby or the car or traffic is heavy or something.
She's hungover, that's why.
I guess I just don't plan right.
Was that somebody just like hanging up their laundry in the middle of their like front yard? It's pretty crazy, like how neighborhoods, what kind of you draw inferences based on what you see in the neighborhood, right? Like I think here, like it's just like very working class, very like 60s LA, maybe like something like El Segundo, Compton area. What do I know? I'm from fucking Montreal.
Plan to arrive at work well ahead of time.
Yeah, no.
Not just on time. That way, if for some reason you're delayed,
like that scene in
you will still
Spider-Man.
arrive on-
Bus drivers love doing that, don't they? The only thing that was missing was like the big like puff of black diesel smoke.
on time.
They already skipped over these poor women.
They who, are they waiting for another bus or I don't know.
I didn't see it stop. It just kept going.
Tells my supervisor that I'm not dependable. And I don't like that, because I know that I'm dependable. If I'm going to be late or absent,
There's that word again,
I
dependable.
always call in and
Yeah, I'm gonna be late again. Fucking bus driver screwed me over.
Remember that time to an employer is profit. Profits are what keep him in business.
multi-packer, fudge packer. Is that song
Dog food.
That song is the same song that you hear in like the Quentin Tarantino, like the featured attraction or whatever it was, like the featured presentation.
Oh, the
I thought it was dog food too, but it's actually Pepsi. I think it's Pepsi, but it's like in like normal steel cans. Like you had to like open with like a church key or something like that. It's weird.
Going back to that feature presentation song, I actually had that for April Ghoul's finale, but I had to cut it for copyright reasons.
But isn't it only like 15 seconds long or something like that?
It'll still catch it because it's a real song
Oh.
on a soundtrack, like on a compilation that they made for the 70s.
You know, yeah, it's a constant struggle, copywriting. See, it's Pepsi.
I always felt funny about asking questions. If he gave me something to do, he must have thought that I knew how to do it. To ask questions always made me
Here it
feel
comes.
stupid. So I'd either try to figure it out or try to fake it.
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
They call him Pepsi Face. Look at his crazy face covered in Pepsi. Or is that like a boil on his hand, or is that like supposed to be like the Pepsi?
I'm sure it's the Pepsi. It looked like it blew up all over his face.
Asking questions
a bad
really
day.
shows that you're interested in learning. Many times
Here comes
your
Dave
fellow
saying like,
workers
oh,
may
the
be able to
RC
answer
Cola
your
factory
questions.
would never
But
hire
if you
me.
still don't have a clear understanding, ask your supervisor.
There's like an RC Cola factory down the street where all they do is just like party, like smoke joints and like listen to even better
When
music
your
than
question
this.
has been answered, remember,
I don't know if you can listen to better
make a
music
note of
than
the answer
this.
so
You're
you
pretty
won't have
tough.
to ask the same question over and over again.
Why me?
Keep this information and refer to it when necessary.
Is that like the plans for like a reactor core for like
The
a
first
nuclear
2 weeks or
plant?
months on a job is your probationary period. This is when the supervisor is watching your performance closely. Try to do your best and accept criticism from the supervisor without getting angry. Nearly everyone finds it difficult.
Yeah, nobody's got a sunburn at the RC Cola factory. They use sunblock, like responsible, like well-adjusted adults. And they don't hire some like unsightly weird guy with Michael Seibert ears.
They still have skin cancer though from all the chemicals and sunscreen.
Well, they've
but
got
I
standards.
just don't
That's
want
all.
anybody telling me
Oh,
what
yeah.
to do. You know, like
At least
I
they're
got
not
some
just
sense.
red,
I'm no
glowing.
dummy.
Oh, this guy's a constant
This sounds
fuck up.
good
Like,
when you're talking
first
to
he
your
gets Pepsi sprayed in his
Doesn't work
face,
on a job.
and then he like fucks up the widgets,
Taking
and the
orders
boss has
can
to
be hard
like
for
reprimand
some
him
people
for
to
fucking up the
do.
widgets.
But taking reasonable orders is essential to keeping your job.
Gary, you fucked up the widgets again.
Getting along with other employees is just as important as getting along with your supervisor. Conditions that make employees unhappy will affect the quality of their work.
You know, I just can't understand these old guys. Man, some of their ideas is way out.
I think they're talking about
Like,
Vietnam.
their
They're
minds
talking
are
about
in
Vietnam, aren't
freeze.
they?
I try to talk with them about politics and about society. And
I
man,
guess they
they're just
are.
not
He
with
said politics and society. Oh, the music's getting heavy. A fight's about to
Work
break
is
out.
not the place to argue politics or religion. You cannot win.
Look at the guy on the bottom. The poor guy. He's just trying to have his fucking lunch. He's just like, why don't look, boys? I really don't want to be in the middle of this.
Yeah,
I gotta like
don't
finish.
talk.
I gotta
Don't
finish.
talk religion at work unless you work at Hobby Lobby. Then you will always win if you're Christian.
That guy just wants to finish his strawberry milk and get on with his day.
Respect the knowledge and experience of older employees. Don't make fun of the way they do things.
Unless it's hilarious, then go for it.
If you think you have a better idea, discuss it with your supervisor.
Yeah, you
If it
see,
is
we
a
should
Go
make
all
a,
out.
suggestion, you'll remember
Don't
you
ask
for your
them.
alertness.
it's an idea for a new butt plug.
It's wider, it's ribbed, and it's
Before you
already
criticize
brown.
Existing procedures.
That's genius.
Try to have a positive suggestion to make.
I'm telling you, you're sitting on a gold mine.
Literally.
Everybody had so much hair back then. That's just like this mop of hair.
Be
That's all we can
businesslike
see.
when working. Act mature. Be sure that your dress
Act
and behavior
mature.
are appropriate for the job environment. Eating, making personal telephone calls, or having friends.
That is the least delicious looking sandwich I think I've ever seen. It looks like it's made out of like fruit roll-ups and like wallpaper paste.
I'd rather have a
Drop by to
jam
visit.
sandwich.
Have no place at your workstation.
She's having a jam on the phone right now with her friend. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
My report.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, by the way, when your work brings you in close contact with other people, be very careful about your personal hygiene.
Janice, you stink.
An employer expects you to show
God,
some
who's
initiative.
shit?
God, what
A lack of
BO.
initiative is usually interpreted
You got
as laziness.
BO, Janice.
Some jobs
got
have
toe
a
jam
built-in
funk.
steady supply of work.
Oh, here's that song again.
Other jobs have peaks of heavy workloads and periods
It's
of
working
lesser
music.
work production.
It's working, jam. Widget's looking a little better.
Ah,
When the
these
work
will strangle
required
the
of
sea
you is
turtles.
slow, find something to do. Sitting around reading a book or knitting
a punch
tells
card?
your employer that you lack initiative and ambition, or that you're just lazy. The other extreme is just as bad. To keep asking, what next? Or to always be Johnny on the spot.
Johnny
is
on the
being
spot.
pushy.
Johnny, Connecticut.
By Ween.
I always tried to complete every assignment in record time. Man, I was like Speedy. He would give it to me.
I mean, you
and
gotta
was
give it to
done.
them. They
I wasn't
sure
concerned
didn't
about how
hire
it was done,
actors.
just that it was done.
These are not union. They're not union paid.
Yeah, he looks pissed.
I think he's on speed. I think
The
he's
very
hepped up on
pushy
speedballs.
employee can drive a supervisor
In
up
reality,
the
it's been
wall.
like 4 hours since he's been in his office.
Getting a job does not mean that you will keep it.
Did she move to a better desk? It seemed like
Begin
that
on
she's in
the
a
very
different
first
desk
day
before.
trying to keep your job.
Well, she spilled coffee all over the last.
So they just put her on another desk. Well, we got to throw away this
It is
desk
during
now.
this period that the supervisor is attempting to see if you can perform satisfactorily, and if you can get along with other people.
All right, here we're just going to measure this. This is a very uncomfortable butt plug, but it'll
Keeping
have
your
to do.
job and advancing will depend on your ability to be prompt and dependable,
Don't miss the bus. Don't be hungover.
have a clear understanding of what's expected of you,
Very clear, so cover your eyes.
Watch out for splash.
accept constructive criticism,
So when someone points their finger right at you, just take it. Just bend their finger, bend it
cooperate and
backwards.
get along with
Pull my
others.
finger.
Same thing as I said last time. Yeah, pull it.
Take pride in your
Let me
work
fart in
and
the
your
strawberry
behavior.
milkshake guy's face.
Take pride in your coffee.
Show some initiative.
Yeah, so boss your boss around.
Getting to
Boss,
work on
boss
time is
your
very
boss
important to me.
around.
Yeah, boss.
Being late or absent all the time tells my supervisor that I'm not dependable. And I don't like that. Because I know that I'm dependable.
I know that I'm dependable. You can depend
That's not
on
for you
me.
to decide. That's for others.
And again, she's at like
Getting
another
a job
desk.
is a
Every time
job.
she's at a desk, it's a different
But
desk.
keeping it is work.
That's her job. She's the desk tester.
He spills coffee to see if they swell up. It's all on purpose.
Yeah, she writes at it, makes sure the ergonomics are sound. It's a pretty sweet job, actually.
Yep. She's a circle here. No.
And that's it for the Dibby. What was it called? The Dibby Dam? The Dibby Doo? Cool ass
Dimmadome,
music.
owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Keeping your job is work. And that one was much more groovy and much more like Fly. And I really like the diversity in the cast. It's pretty fun, right?
Yeah, it was pretty groovy. I was digging the hairstyles. I was digging that Russian guy.
The Eastern European fellow. Yeah, you always got to have one of those. They're always a blast, aren't they?
The best.
Any final parting thoughts on that before we move on to our commercials?
It really taught me how to keep a job. I will never lose another job ever again.
Now, at that point, if you've seen both of those films and you still get fired, that is like a you problem at this point. Like, what else can you do, right?
After seeing both, I'm able to walk into any job, automatically be hired, and fire everyone else if I want to.
Firm handshakes. That's the secret. That's handshakes.
Right. Firm butt plugs.
Firm butt plugs and show initiative. Okay, so let's get into our block of Canadian commercials.
Woo!
Let's see here. I gotta press a button here. Pog.
Yeah, but not that Pog.
So, did everybody have Pog, or was it just Canada? No, it was in the States too. Of course, it was on The Simpsons.
It was in the States. Yep, that's why I started.
Remember,
Pogs are from Hawaii.
Pogs. I collected Pogs when I was a kid. I remember the origin story of Pogs. It was like milk caps.
Yes.
Or caps from like a juice. And Pog stood for pineapple, orange, and guava, because those were the juices that you got the caps from. And like kids would collect the caps, and then you'd like throw your slammer at it. I remember that. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Back in elementary school, when Pog was a thing, for like that one summer, or like that one year, like everybody bought like Pogs, but sometimes people would buy like off-brand Pogs. And you remember the slammers? Like, they were heavy and they were plastic, but the off-brand ones would be like shaped like ninja stars and like made out of metal. And when you throw them at the Pogs, they would like dent up the fucking Pogs. So like, I had a rule. It was like, if you're gonna play Pogs with me and with my Pogs, you can't use like the off-brand slammers. You have to like use an authentic, certified by the World Pog Federation, regulation slammer. God damn it! And yeah, that wasn't really very popular in elementary school.
Yeah, Pogs are still popular. Pokemon, I don't even know what that is.
At some video stores, excuse me, they
Moranis.
never have what you want.
Don't have them.
When you want it. Excuse me. At Jumbo Video, excuse me, you come to the right place.
Video.
Have some free popcorn. We have what you want and more, 24 hours a day. Music videos, video games, computer software, children's movies, just 99 cents.
They gave you free popcorn? That's dope.
Movies for sale. Wow, this place is great. Jumbo Video has everything you want for a great night at home. Got any 8-tracks? Jumbo Video.
Even the
Let
curtain
us
section.
entertain you.
It's a great Raptors weekend as Ford presents the Raptors Family Fan Pack. Score 40% off a package of 4 tickets starting at only $59. That's $59.
Man, I remember when the Raptors were first like started off as a team in the 90s. It was really exciting time to be Canadian. And then we had the
guys had the best logos.
Those 90s Raptors, like the jerseys, the purple ones, and like
I had that.
The classic Raptors logo. You can't beat it. Like, there's nothing. It's kind of like the Charlotte Hornets, right? Or it's just like enduring
It was the style at the time.
90s style. It was like, yeah, you wear an onion on your belt. And yeah, and then we had the Vancouver Grizzlies. They ended up becoming the Nashville Grizzlies, I believe. Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, what's the difference?
It's for your whole family. For good seats, book your family fan pack in advance by calling 872-5000. Call today, because the joints always
Toronto's the only
See the
Canadian team right now, I believe, right?
They're the only Canadian team, and they won the playoffs in 2019, and the whole city went fucking nuts. It was really fun, actually. Like, there was like they drove a big bus with like an open top with all the players on it, like through downtown, and it was like a huge parade and fireworks, and like people were like climbing on the streetlights, and the whole city was just losing it. It was really kind of special.
Yeah, Eagles won the Super Bowl recently, and obviously Philly went off. Like, people were tearing down light posts and carrying them through the streets.
That's how people riot. Like, that's how like white people riot. Like, it's either they win like a sporting event or they lose a sporting event. That's how you get a white person looting.
Same results.
Raptors take on Kevin Johnson and the Phoenix Suns February 1st, 3 p.m. at Skydome.
Today's men. Intelligent.
You should always start each new project with a clean workspace.
sensitive,
Up at the lodge, our attitude towards free love is you get what you pay for.
health conscious.
There are two major food groups. There's meat and there's salt.
Take a serious look at the 90s man. Or watch Red Green. We can't help it. We're men.
Tune in Saturday night.
You watch a lot of Red Green FDO?
I've seen very little, so I can't really relate.
Very little.
But there is a DVD set in the garage. It's not mine, but it's there.
I mean, if you watch one episode of Red Green, they're pretty much all the same. They all have the same.
Okay, then I've seen all of it.
Yeah. There'll be like some advice. There'll be like him like building something with duct tape, some ridiculous contraption like a garage door opener that works with duct tape, or a barbecue that works with duct tape, or something like that. But it was a very popular show. It was another huge in the 90s, as they say.
At 8. Oh, yeah, it was huge.
Huge. Oh, this is Turtles.
I don't care for the Vinci stuff. I don't get off on big white rocks. And real estate is such a bore. But I love turtles.
Turtles.
Turtles, rah, rah, rah. Turtles, ha, ha, ha. I love turtles.
So these things are actually surprisingly addictive. They're basically like pecan clusters. I think they're just Canadian too. I think they don't sell them outside of Canada, but usually you get them.
I'm pretty sure we have them here.
You have turtles?
Either that or something very similar, because I've seen stuff in this similar.
I've seen
in a very similar packaging, and it's like the same flavor.
It's the same idea.
Yeah.
You tend to get them around Christmas, and yeah, they're very delicious. Toys.
All you'll ever want.
Toys.
Games and toys.
Like wisecracking
Elf he's back.
from Coleco.
In plush form.
In elf form.
And he talks.
$50. God damn.
New from Coleco, interactive talking Cabbage Patch Kids.
I wouldn't pay $50
They know
now.
That is kind of psychotic. I kind of want that doll just for its like psychotic nature.
over
The price. Look at the price. That's ridiculous. In modern day money, that's like $500, $400.
1,000 phrases and respond to touch and sound.
Toy City. All you'll ever want. All you'll ever want is Toy City.
Toy City. Do you know we still have Toys R Us here?
Really?
Yeah. There's one near me.
We technically have a few here, but they're like a part of Macy's, so it doesn't count. Like that's not.
I miss like the original, like the Toys R Us experience when we were kids. You know, where they had like the video game section, where they had like the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo, and we could like play the demos and stuff like that. It was fun.
Break your own neck, just looking upward.
In a kitchen just like yours, all is quiet. Or is it?
Meow. Oh my God! What was
the
that?
North American house.
Cute or not, that cat must long be dead.
Determined or not, that house hippo must be long dead.
And are rarely seen, but they will defend their territory if provoked. They come out at night to search for food, water, and materials for their nests.
We all have house hippos here, by the way. It's like a epidemic, like every household.
Of the house hippo are chips, raisins, and the crumbs from peanut butter on toast. They build their nests in bedroom closets, using lost mittens, dryer lint, and bits of string.
Mittens.
Kitten
mittens. House hippos sleep about 16 hours a day.
That looked really real, but you knew it couldn't be true, didn't you? That's why it's good to think about what you're watching on TV and ask questions, kind of like you just did.
Mr. Yabbo, you outed yourself. You said you had them. How could you?
I do. Believe me, and my uncle works for Nintendo. So what are we watching here? Let me provide some context, because it's in French. It's a Labatt commercial, and I'm going to provide a translation for you guys by the time it's finished. Yeah.
There's a honeycomb commercial.
Like Andre the Giant, you know, he's obviously French, and so it's perfect for him to be in a French commercial. It's a commercial for Labatt Light. And then all the guys are like, no, it's you drink it for the taste. No, you drink it because it goes down easy. No, you drink it for the taste. You know, it's just like every other fucking light beer commercial you've ever seen from the 80s. And then Andre the Giant shows up and he's like, hey, I'm Andre the Giant. I could drink about 30 of these.
Why do you think your mommy or daddy
I'm
are
Andre
always
the
telling
Giant. You may remember me from such wrestling.
You may remember me from The Princess Bride.
You don't
And
put that in your
honeycomb.
mouth. Let's find out.
Did he do a honeycomb commercial?
Yeah.
Is that why you keep
And
referencing
it wasn't
it?
it wasn't his voice though.
Oh,
They have like some guy with an ogre voice do it. It's like, taste not small. No. Ask Dave. He knows what I'm talking about.
I'm sure Dave knows what you're talking about.
Hi, kid.
Oh, yeah.
Why are we on television anyway?
Yeah, you sent me this one, and I was like, "Oh God, cringe."
This is
But I'll
so
take your word on it.
this is so demented and so cringe, but we had to watch it when we were kids, and by God, I'm gonna make you watch it too.
Tell a little story about why you shouldn't put things into your mouth when you don't know what they are.
Don't put things in
and
your
why
mouth.
you should never take anything a stranger tries to give you.
Why not?
Because if you ate somebody else's medicine, some bad food, or some poison, you could get very sick.
Ugh, I don't want to be sick.
And that's why before you eat anything, you should always ask someone you love if it's okay.
Okay, I love you. Can I eat the guitar?
No,
Oh.
but you can help me sing a song
dumbass.
about eating things that don't belong inside you.
Okay, I wasn't really hungry anyway. Well, wait, maybe a little bit.
Okay,
What's the name of that disease the kids have that where they're like eating dirt and like eating paint chips and stuff? Pica? Have you ever heard of this?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like Pico, Pica de Gallo.
Piccadilly.
I
Yeah, it's a real thing, and like some apparently even adults have it. And there was like
I think some pregnant women get it.
Wasn't there a show on TLC like people who were like addicted to eating styrofoam or polyurethane foam or eating paper?
There's a show called My Strange Addiction.
Yeah.
So it could be anything, but there's a lot of ones where it's like, oh, I like to eat bricks. I like to eat couch cushions.
Well, Brick Newton is not going to appreciate that.
Oh yeah, sorry, Brick.
buddy, if you see something that you want to eat before you do anything, remember
These
this
look
song.
like things Brick would take to a rave.
Put it in your mouth. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you stop
Now that you mention it, yeah, their faces kind of look like blue ecstasy pills.
it in your face. Don't stuff it in your face. Though it might look good to eat. Though it might look good to eat. And it might look good to taste. And it might look good to taste. You could get sick. Ick. Real quick. Ick. Real sick. Real ick. Don't you put it in your mouth. Till you ask someone you love. That's right, sis. If it's okay to eat. If it's okay to eat. Like a muffin or a beet.
Like a muffin or a beet.
If you don't know just what it is. Remember, boys and girls. Don't put it in your mouth. Hey, what am I doing? I don't even like beets.
Then don't put it in your mouth. Bye-bye, everyone.
Remember, boys and girls, never take
A bunch
anything
of
from a
angry
stranger,
parents
and don't
wrote saying like, "Oh, my kid won't eat their vegetables now."
Why are you telling my kid not to eat beets? I got a cupboard full of beets here. You know, the beet harvest was very good to us this year, and now my kid is too good for eating beets now. Thanks to you. Thanks to you.
Yeah, beets. Yeah, they will no longer eat their beets by Dre.
And by the way, like I understand having like really fucked up blue puppets, but what's with the other puppets that are just like regular animals? I have a feeling that they ran out of budget and they're just like, well, we got this lion, we got this zebra. It's like a theater school or like a production company's like puppet collection. They're like, yeah, just whatever, fuck it, throw it in.
put things in your mouth.
The
when
ironic
you
part
don't
is
know what-
that they're better puppets than the ones they probably made.
I know. Like I'd much rather look at those than like the weird blue like fever dreams.
They are. If you eat somebody else's medicine or some
Say
bad
hell no,
food
it's hell
or some
no.
poison, you could get very sick. Always ask someone you love before you put anything in your mouth.
So this is the kind of like PSAs we would get, whereas in the US it'd be like, don't buy drugs from like your like bully schoolmate, or the Ninja Turtles will look down on you. We got stuff like be media literate. Question things you see on television, and don't put random debris in your mouth and chew on it and swallow.
Super crisps, super spirals, McCain. What have you done to my fries?
We've spiced them up.
All right.
We've crisped them up. Brilliant. We've even curled them up. Excellent.
Whoa.
McCain has taken its famous super fries, dipped them in light batter, and surrounded them with bite after bite of crispy, crunchy, super spicy satisfaction. Straight ahead or curled around.
And he's got scurvy because all he does is eat like frozen French fries.
Super crisps and super spirals from McCain. You'll love what we've done to your fries.
St. Hubert introduces a really neat deal. The taste of
it's just an average
89.
Canadian.
Okay, here's
So, did you pick this commercial because it was so Canadian? You just had to run with it.
Yes. He looked like he crawled out of his igloo.
I sometimes you try to fight back against cliches and stereotypes, but every street, in every town, there is a guy in Canada who looks like this, who wears a hat like this.
a deal.
And he has a jacket that's like 2 sizes too big because it was cheaper that way or something.
At St. Hubert, from now to February 5th, if you come in and order one of their tender roasted quarter chicken dinners, you get a free Diet Pepsi.
Looks pretty good.
That's a good deal, huh? Then, fill out this entry doily for a chance to win an 89 Passport Optima.
Now, Dave, have you ever heard of a Passport Optima before? I bet you haven't, because this car... Every now and then we bring up cars and we talk about cars, and I always have something to say about cars. But this car is actually a Daewoo. And it was the first ever Daewoo that was sold in North America. And it was actually sold in Pontiac dealerships in Canada. And they called it the Passport Optima. And it was a fucking piece of junk. But if you collected enough doilies from St. Hubert in 1989, you could have won this beast of a car.
Filled with Diet Pepsi. I'm going to enter 89 doilies.
It's a lot of doilies.
Maybe more.
Oh, it just looks like an average day in Canada.
Pretty much. And like that amount of doilies would easily disable the car. The car's fucked. It's stuck in there. It's stuck in a doily bank. You can't get it out.
East of 89.
Now at White Box.
Oh, Krista's right. It is
Savings are in
Metro.
What? No way. Geo Metro?
Well, that's a callback to...
I know it's a callback
that?
to,
Yeah.
yes, the restaurant thing there with the...
Harry?
With
the Prius. It's a Prius.
Our all-time favorite fish and chips are front and center at just $4.99.
No, it's a Neo Geo. My bad.
Neo Geo. Ah, I see what you did there.
Golden brown fillets of deep-fried Atlantic cod.
That looks really good. I'm not gonna lie.
That
looks banging.
And our own special coleslaw. Make our fish and chips your catch of the day.
I do like a nice
just
fish and chips.
$4.99, but only for a
And that price, you can't argue with the price, right?
limited time. So get into
Yeah,
the
but that was in
swap-
like early mid-90s dollars.
You can pretty much double it. It would still be a good deal. It'd be like $10 for like a plate of fish and chips with 2 pieces. And that's Canadian, don't forget. So that's like $7.
That's right, yeah.
You convert it back to
I ain't
US, it's like
thinking about
$7 again. The Bay.
Find a lower advertised price on these electronics.
Rockin'
We'll
theme
double the
song.
difference, guaranteed.
Stick with a winner.
Okay, this guy. Every Canadian knows who this guy is. This is Don Cherry. He was a longtime hockey commentator, and he ended up getting kicked off the television because he said some racist shit. Like,
Not to be confused with Don Cherry and Associates with Ernest.
mm-hmm. No, and there was
Or
another
Don Cherry, the jazz artist.
There was another Don Cherry that Dave keeps on mentioning, and I'm like, no, aren't you talking about the hockey guy, like who wears the really flashy suits? But no, he's talking about another Don Cherry. But yeah, this guy got kicked off the TV because he said something racist, and he would often advocate for like more fighting in hockey, as if hockey didn't already have like enough fighting in it. Just to give you a flavor of like what kind of guy this guy was.
Right now at the Bay, save $100 on this Hitachi mini sound system with 6-pack CD cartridge, just $599. This
Fush
Hitachi
and chops.
4-head VCR with graphic menu is $499. And
Oh
this
yeah, Don
Hitachi
Cherry,
20-inch
not
Ultra Black
Don
TV.
Cherry. Don Cherry.
Oh, you mean Dawn Cherry?
Oh yeah, Dawn.
Dawn.
Oh, yeah, Dawn.
Is only $499.
So what are you waiting for?
Kind of looks like what Michael Keaton looks like now.
Yeah.
Dave, you know I can't tell you the secret of how Cadbury gets the soft.
So this is the 2001 Space Odyssey one. Okay.
And I actually think they got the same guy who did the voice of Hal to do the voice of Hal in this commercial. Because another fun random Canadian fact, that guy's Canadian. And that's actually kind of lends his quirkiness like to the sound of his voice, because he's talking in a very like Canadian radio kind of voice, where it's like, I'm afraid I can't do that, Dave. Like that's just sounds to me like you're listening to CBC radio in the 80s or something.
Dave.
So Dave, I see that you're aware of the hokey version. Are you aware of the pokey part and where you turn yourself around?
Where you put one foot in and you put one foot out?
Yeah.
You do it.
Sorry, 1 foot out?
Stop.
Oot.
Don't reprogram.
That's what it's all
me, Dave.
about.
You'll only regret it.
Yeah, we had to do the hokey pokey in metric.
Goodbye, Dave.
Goodbye, Dave.
Well, people don't see the real me, right? They just see my acne problem.
So, yeah, when we were in school, this commercial was on all the freaking time. And so whenever somebody had acne, we would always kind of, I mean, it's kind of inappropriate, but we would mimic his accent. And we would tell people
think that I eat too many chocolate bars.
That they eat too many chocolate bars because that's why they have acne. And I don't know, is that really a thing? Like, do you get acne from eating too many chocolate bars?
Apparently the thing is sugar is really bad for your skin, I believe.
Yeah. But you also see what I did there is I put the chocolate bar commercial right before like the chocolate bar acne guy.
Or that I don't wash my face. Yeah,
I looked
tried
in the
many
comment section of
things.
this one, and it was just filled with people saying like, "Oh, we used to recite this all the time."
Yeah,
to
no,
my friend.
it was Canadiana.
I've tried everything.
It was everywhere.
But
It was
just nothing
huge.
works.
It was huge
in the 90s.
In the 90s.
That's right.
My brother says I'll probably grow out of it, but I don't think so. No, it's hard to believe now that it will actually go away.
There are solutions. Call for a free informational video.
Oh, look at that pretty smile.
He got his face sandblasted.
On acne.
Oh yeah.
I'm
From the same sandblasting machine
don't
that
be
Donnie
silly. It's
Marie
no
used
trouble
for
at
their
all.
teeth.
I love people.
Yeah.
I like to serve people. That's what I'm here for. Chicken and chips? You want gravy
Chicken
on
and
your fries,
chips.
sir? So be surprised himself when customers
Hey, Brick, you want some chicken and chips?
service. Everything is done for the customer. You don't do a job unless you do it well. There you go.
Actually, I'm not going to lie. Like, the grocery store fried chicken, it fucking slaps.
Oh yeah, same here. It's like where I'm from. I'm originally from Georgia, but I live outside of Philly now, and we have Kroger's there. I don't know if they're all over.
I know what a Kroger. I know what
they
a
have
Kroger is.
some
Yeah.
really good chicken.
Yeah. Like, I think last time I went to the beach with some friends, we stopped at a supermarket and we just got like fried chicken and chips and like dipping sauces, and like we just ate that, and we had to fight off the seagulls, of course, because then they're always after you for your fried chicken. But it was still fun.
You're welcome. He's just learning how to count now. Can you imagine? Well, he'll be 2 in June. I was talking to a customer this morning, and she's got a really good diet tip.
I couldn't help but notice that you're matching our mustard in the background.
What about the mustard?
She's wearing the same yellow.
Oh.
Yeah.
She coordinated, and even like her trousers are like brown.
They
and
match the other stuff
They
in
match
the
the other stuff, which I guess is like some other juice. It's just a whole like symphony of beige and like mustard and green.
Ideas about service say a lot about Sobeys.
There you go.
Discover summer in warm, friendly British Columbia.
I gotta say, if you've ever been to British Columbia, it is beautiful. It is by far the prettiest, the nicest, the most like scenic of all the Canadian provinces. But the people are not necessarily like the nicest or the friendliest. They're polite, but they're not like, they're not going to call you back,
This year, discover our great expanses at no great expense. Spend the summer right here at home and get to know supernatural British Columbia personally.
Oh no, there's ghosts. There's poltergeists everywhere.
When the big hand is on the 6th and the little hand
Yeah,
is
you gotta watch
just
out for the
past
poltergeist.
6th, it's time for today's special.
Today's special. Muffy the Magnificent.
Jeff's very first birthday game
And the guy that was the security guard.
Today's special, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30 on TV Ontario.
You ever watch Today's Special?
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. I know that it's been broadcast in the States because Ryan talks about it with me. He'll like send me like messages, DMs. He'd be like, "Look at this," and it'll be like a video from like Today's Special, which is like it takes place in a department store after it closes, and then the guy with like the flat cap is actually a mannequin, and his name is Jeff, and his hat is magical, and it makes him come to life. And so after the store closes, like they all like have like whimsical adventures together.
Oh, pause it. Okay. I don't know about everyone else.
Yeah.
I told you, Yabbo, before the show, but I've probably watched this commercial damn near 40 times because there's something about it, the way their mouths are moving, that is I can't help but to come back to, because it's like seeing a car wreck. Like you can't help but to look, but it's horrifying.
It is like weird, like weirdly horrifying, right? Is everybody ready for this? Let's watch it.
Then I wake up in the morning, I'm still asleep. I really don't want no toast. I want no water, no tea, and no cereal. It be a yogurt drink I'm wanting first. Oh, give me up, me mama smooth up, me mama give me up, me mama when the morning come. Give me up, me mama, yup for when the morning come.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much scarred for life.
Yeah, another reason not to get, I guess, a little too serious, but they're essentially they are parodying a South African song from 1989 called Joanne. What was it? But it's an anti-apartheid song that came out in 1989. You know, the year before Nelson Mandela was released from prison. So it's like an historically significant song. And they said, let's just make it in a yogurt.
In a friggin' drinkable yogurt commercial. But actually, I love hearing facts like that. And I've heard that song before. I was like, I know the melody. I know it's a real song, but I don't know what song. And so FDO coming in hard with the facts and the trivia. I appreciate that kind of thing. You know, you're bringing the erudite vibes, you know, the educational, and that's, by the way, that's what we're trying to do here. But we are trying to inform, educate, and entertain. So,
Jameson, that was a guy. That was not a girl.
There you have it.
They filmed her on
Albert, the fifth musketeer, always serves his king, his queen.
I've never seen this.
And the right recipe of adventure and appetizers.
Just one more egg yolk.
Mayhem and main dish.
But it does have that kind of blandness that all like Canadian cartoons have.
Let's serve them today's special.
And disasters and desserts. So be prepared for Albert the fifth course. Fifth musketeer. Served to you in March. Only.
It was canceled that March, too.
Is that how Krista likes to eat her fifth musketeer bar?
On Teletoon.
Okay, Teletoon is a Canadian network for sure.
Harvey's has a reputation.
Harvey's.
For the burger story.
I like Harvey's.
Every bite's a sensation. It's hamburger glory.
I don't know what's with the fake Elvis, but
loaded down.
They always do this thing at Harvey's where they give you the pickle and it's just like a long slice of pickle that kind of hangs out the side. It's kind of I don't know. It's kind of nice actually.
I think I'd prefer that more than just two thin slices of pickles, personally.
Harvey's is an interesting concept. It's kind of like the Subway of burger joints, where you would order a burger and then they would put it down like at the counter and you would ask for your toppings and they would put it on right there in front of you, like Subway does, right?
Yeah.
So you can like...
Except for I imagine these are not yoga mats as bread. So it's probably better than Subway.
It is one notch above yoga mat.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Well, yoga mats are delicious, especially depending on the color.
Harvey's makes your hamburger a beautiful thing. What a beautiful.
There's a Harvey's at a certain street corner in Toronto. It's been open forever. It's been open for like decades and decades, and it is known as the Hooker Harvey's. And if you ask any Torontonian about the Hooker Harvey's, they will have a story to tell you about one time when they were like really hard. They were hungry and nothing else was open, and they had to go to Hooker Harvey's, and they got accosted by prostitutes, and there was like some sort of drama going on right outside or something. But like, despite the odds, the Hooker Harvey's at the corner of Gerrard and Jarvis in Toronto is like a city institution. If you know your Hooker Harvey's, then then you're an expert on Toronto pop culture.
So, do you have a Hooker Harvey's story?
I've eaten there. There was like my like place where I used to go for like my medical care was like a few blocks from there, and sometimes I was just like, yeah, I just want some fucking greasy onion rings, and it's probably why I had to go to all the medical stuff, because I'm eating all these onion rings, and I would eat there, and usually there would be somebody like panhandling outside, and I mean, nothing really noteworthy happened there, but the place has its reputation, and it's still open to this day. Despite all of the growth and all the crazy changes that have happened in Toronto over the decades, it's one of those universal constants, the Hooker Harvey's, man.
Yo, shout out to Hooker Harvey's.
You know, most people think Mark's Work Warehouse is just for work, but if you ask me, it's for the good times too.
I'm not gonna lie, this shirt I bought at Mark's Work Warehouse. Seriously, they have great shirts. I don't know, like the quality. It's like a good, comfortable shirt with the right fit, and they have like winter jackets, winter boots, all kinds of stuff. I shop there actually more, I fairly regularly.
In all you do for work or play, we've got it all for you. Mark's Work Warehouse.
Reminding me of the baseball scene in Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Work Boots sketch on Kids in the Hall?
I have not.
Well, I'm not going to ruin it for everybody, but I'm going to like post a clip of the Work Boots sketch on the Discord later. But yeah.
McCain Helio's got a great new pizza snack. They call them Pizza Pockets. McCain Helio's Pizza Pockets. The great pizza taste will keep you coming back.
These pizza pockets, you'd microwave them, and they'd be like freaking like thermonuclear inside. You'd, like burn the top of your mouth off, and you try to bite into it because all
they look like the Canadian equivalent of Sunny D commercials. All the kids running in from playing sports.
Oh yeah, and then like,
it's in the fridge.
Yeah, it'd be like purple stuff, soda. Oh, pizza pockets.
Oh yeah,
let's eat some pizza.
I was thirsty, but now I'm hungry.
But they don't show the kids like all burning their mouths off from like taking the first bite.
McCain Helio's Pizza Pockets.
Pizza perfection in a crust that's baked, not fried. So there's no leaks, no mess. Just taste. All taste and nothing but
McCain Helio's Pizza Pockets.
You could tell that kid was cool because he was wearing his hat backwards.
In pepperoni, deluxe, 3 cheese, beef and cheddar, and ham and cheese.
This town runs on Max time, the daytime, nighttime store. Convenient value service. Max has a corner of
Max, rich, premium blend coffee. You can't buy a better cup of coffee.
That coffee looks watery as fuck. It looks like swill. It's like the most horrible like trash coffee. Maybe it was the best coffee you could get because you couldn't get better coffee.
Anywhere. And now save 25 cents with the Max coupon in your newspaper.
Great buys on the brands you trust.
Like filtered through a dirty sock.
Just step through our doors. Convenient value service.
They took the crustiest sock and shrank it.
Max. This is another one of those commercials that every Canadian kid grew up with. And it was another one of those like sort of PSA style commercials that teaches you a lesson, like an important lesson. And it's also really demented and fucked up. So enjoy. Can anybody guess what this commercial is for? He's about to tell you. But anyway, here.
I'm Astar, a robot. I can put my arm back on. You can't. So play safe.
I'm A-Star, a robot. I can put my arm back on. You can't. So play safe.
Man, I remember all those times as a kid I would break into places with all these circular saws going off, and I would just do flips around them.
You know what he was trying to do? He was trying to find great pizza taste. He was on a quest for like the great pizza taste, which was huge in the 90s, even in Canada. And
he was trying to get Sunny D.
He was like working his way through this like annihilator machine that had all these like saw blades and like Pythagorean screws and all this shit, and like, yeah, it kind of those commercials were produced by the War Amps of Canada, and there would be all these different commercials that would show you like a kid who like lost his leg because he was like playing near a train. He was like playing on the train tracks. He was like riding his bike and he tried to beat the train. It was like kind of dark and kind of sinister, but these were the kind of, like I said, like all the PSAs we got as kids were all like, don't put random shit in your mouth. Don't play near the train tracks. Like, good lessons, I guess. Good lessons to learn, right?
Don't be a robot. You can put your arm back on.
Or become a robot, become a cyborg, and then you can like run around in like a dystopian future.
Young Robin Hood. Hey, watch where you're pointing that bow and arrow thingy. Somebody could get hurt, you know.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the state of like cybernetic implants and things these days. They're pretty freaking cool. Like you can have like an arm that you can actually move the fingers of with your mind, and you can like pick up a soda can, and you can like throw it at your friend.
On Cartoon Network.
The soda can or the arm?
Well, you can use the arm to like point the finger of accusation at your friend, tell him to stop talking about politics at work.
Money-saving specials at Knob Hill Farms.
Knob Hill?
Beef steaks. Barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce. I'm guessing this is a Maritimes chain.
Lamb and goat. Potatoes.
Potatoes from PEI.
Strawberries. Mangoes. Salad dressing. Soft drinks. Manure.
What? He went straight from soft drinks to manure?
I wish it showed like an RC Cola stand. It would have been appropriate.
Right next to the manure?
Oh, yeah. Same thing.
Now, I really like the idea of Knob Hill Farms because I can go there and I can get my barbecue sauce. I can get my potatoes. I can get my soda. And I can get my manure. All under one roof.
And more at Knob Hill Farms.
Next to each other in the store. They're not even in a different spot.
Sorry?
I'd like to think that they're in the same spot.
Yeah.
Like the manure is not anywhere else in the store. It's like right next.
It's like
to
right next to the
center.
Right next to the soda cans is like the.
It's in the center, and there's a giant arrow just pointing down, just leading you, saying manure.
Or it's like at the end of every aisle, there's like sale on manure, and it's just like stacks of these like 10-pound bags of cow shit.
You get the value when you shop at Knob Hill Farms.
Hold it, because Forzani's greatest hits are back. All your favorites are on sale now for back to school. Like Reebok, they're all sale priced, including the Freestyle. Save on Colt shoes starting at $19.98. Every pony shoe in the store, plus a great...
Why are all the shoes, they all look like they're like really like plasticky and like featureless and kind of like molded out of a single piece of plastic? I guess that was the style at the time, right? Like how you wear an onion on your belt.
Oh yeah. I mean, shoe companies at this time were trying to catch, like, obviously Nike was coming out on top. Or actually, no, I think this was earlier. At this point, Converse was on top.
There are specific eras, right? Like there was like Converse, and then there was Adidas, and then there was Reeboks, and then there was it was Nike, and then it was Reebok. Like the pump, that was really big in like 1990.
Yeah, throughout the 80s going into the 90s, like there was so many shoe companies where it's like they had their spotlight for a certain amount of time where they were the number one, and then they would be taken over quickly by someone else.
The sneaker wars, they called it. They called it the sneaker wars. It was like a war in the sense that millions of people died, But it was mostly over the child labor in like the Cambodian factories where they made all the sneakers.
Big selection of Theodore and Brooks are all sale priced. We've got all sorts of Converse checks, football cleats, and volleyball shoes, plus dolphin fleece separates at just $18.98. The greatest hits for back to school. Find them now at Forzani's Locker Room.
Forzani.
Land of many waters.
Oh.
A dream has made its way. As freedom, hope, and history have brought us here today.
Is it a coffee commercial? Is it a commercial for Folgers? Is it a commercial for, I don't know, horses? Do they make commercials for horses?
I mean, they make commercials.
Passion, a love of earth and sky, alive within our hearts.
That's my dad right there. You know, it's half native.
And mind as we hold our heads up high. It's a great time to be proud of men.
That guy's got corn. Oh, there's polar bears fighting. They're beating the crap out of each other. Manitoba.
Spokesperson.
Celebrate the year with friends and family. With our destiny in sight and the future burning bright.
So Manitoba was recently voted Canada's most racist province. And I just gotta say, congratulations, Manitoba, on having what it takes to win.
Celebrate Manitoba's
celebrating the 30th
125th
anniversary
birthday.
of this. Oh, it is a Coke commercial. Damn.
It's sponsored by, it's refreshed by Coca-Cola.
Well, yeah, but I made that stupid joke with the polar bears.
Oh, that's why those were the Coca-Cola polar bears.
Yeah, they were fighting over who gets to be it.
Okay, so this is a Dunkin' Donuts commercial from Quebec. This one's in English, but they made a French one. It's basically like they would make commercials specifically for Quebec, and then on our channels, on like the English-speaking Quebec channels, we get it in English, and on the French-speaking channels, we get it in French, but it'd be the same actors. And so you'll notice a very particular kind of cheesiness to this commercial. But like, you know how in the U.S. you got like the time to make the coffee, time to make the, like that guy with the
Fred.
Fred.
Time to make the donuts.
Time to make the donuts. Well, we got this douchebag.
So, essentially like a Marx Brother reject, I guess?
Our donuts are so popular, we have to keep making them. And since we keep making them,
With a crippling speed addiction.
they're always fresh.
12 dozen donuts? That's right, one for me and the rest for my team.
Dunkin' Donuts treats you right.
He's psychotic. Look, you can see the whites of his eyes all around. He's like Galaron.
Good day. I would like to remind you of the outstanding selection of chicken and beef dishes at all Earl's restaurants, from chicken stir-fry to
And no, Brick, Manitoba is not Canada's least thought about province. That would be New Brunswick.
teriyaki steak and chicken quesadilla, or as the
Quesadilla.
Spanish say, quesadilla pollo. And let us not forget Earl's famous hamburgers, which are made from beef and not ham at all, thank goodness. Earl's, where you can eat a little or a lot of chicken or beef, of course.
Flash Gordon and his friends got sucked up through a black hole. We're doomed to the planet Mungo.
You ever watch this Flash Gordon, this era of Flash Gordon cartoons?
I have not.
You haven't? I kind of did a little bit. Although, I was always wishing I could just watch that like 1980 Flash Gordon movie. The one with like the funny costumes and like it's kind of like with the amazing set designs and all that. Yeah, great movie.
This weird world is ruled by Ming the Merciless. He's treacherous, evil, cruel, and sometimes he's downright mean. He's already trashed 1,000 planets, and Earth is
He is
next.
merciless.
But they're digging it, and the Mongolians are interesting. Can they save the universe from Ming the Merciless? Flash Gordon.
Sundays at 10:30 on WB20.
Now again, it's an American commercial for a Canadian cartoon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why that's in there. I didn't even know that cartoon was Canadian, but there was like a lot of cartoons that were produced here, like Caillou,
Arthur, right?
Arthur, that was a Canadian one. Yeah, there's like a pretty big animation industry in Canada, and even back then, yeah, the Caillou and all that shit.
It's not thought to the sea.
Oh, is this another Manitoba bullshit commercial?
It's not thought to the sand.
I guess not.
New Brunswick is one of Canada's last great escapes and best kept secrets.
I didn't even think about it.
Adventure.
I didn't even think about this commercial.
Come discover the summerscape of New Brunswick and plan to stay an extra day.
If you stay an extra day, they're gonna fucking steal the rims off your car. You're gonna like show up and your car's gonna be on cinder blocks.
Brunswick stew.
It's all there in black and white. Little Chicago gonna do it up right. Little Chicago.
Ooh.
Everybody's singing about Little Chicago's 2 medium pizzas for $12.
$12?
That's right.
$12.
2 medium
$12.
Now, I've mentioned this many times. I am not a fan of like cheap pizza and like cheap pizza places. Some mom and pop pizza places are really good, but most places, especially the places that do like 2-for-1 pizza or like hot and ready slices or hot and ready pizza for like $4.99, $5.99, you get a pizza. Like, does this pizza look good to you? Like the one that's in the video right now?
It looks like school cafeteria pizza.
It just looks like they just piled on extra cheese.
The way the cheese is like it's like pulling apart.
Clumpy.
It looks like the rest of it's trying to pull it back down.
If you were to let go of that slice right now, it would just snap right back in, like elastic, like a rubber band.
Yeah.
And they're hoping that you won't notice how mediocre the pizza and all the ingredients are because they just like loaded on like all this cheese. Like people who say that like Jeff Sokol, the pizza that he got for his when he brought the pizza to the Sting House. Sorry, I'm bringing up TCAP again, but he brought this like shitty looking pizza, and there's like when he's eating it, and like Chris Hansen is talking to him, it just looks like the most like shitty trash pizza. And there are people who are like, oh, that pizza looks like it slaps. Not gonna lie, like that pizza looks like shit. Like get some standards, like. Get some like Pizza Hut pan pizza from the 90s.
Hot resto, not Little Chicago pizza.
Go back it's not hard. Get a time machine, go back in time and get a personal pan pizza.
How much?
Either find a telephone booth or drive 88 miles per hour.
Get a DeLorean or
The girl in Problem Child 2.
She's like totally like got a rockin' like 80s style. She's got like the funky sweater. She's doing all right.
It's all here
Who joined?
at Little Chicago.
Ryan joined.
Cafe Du. Coxie.
Hello.
Hey, it's Ryan. What's up, Ryan?
Yep, it is Ryan.
Oh, not much.
Hey, you're just in time. We're getting through a bunch of Canadian commercials here.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes left of the video.
Oh, beauty, eh?
Ah, beauty, eh? Yeah, you hoser.
Yeah, we're currently watching the Couche-Tard commercial.
Couche-Tard is it's a Quebec chain of convenience stores with a name that sounds really funny to English speakers. Couche-Tard. It sounds like Coochie Turd to me. But like I literally like a Couche-Tard is like 3 doors down from my place right now. Like if I want to buy a bag of chips or some beef jerky right now, I would go there. But I don't, so I won't. Yeah, so Ryan, what's up? You working?
Just coming home, actually. I'm on my way back.
Oh, lovely to hear from you. Thanks for calling in. You have anything to say to Dave or Krista?
Love the streams. Keep up what you're doing. Can't wait for you guys to get back on the air. You guys make YouTube worth watching.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah. Thanks for dropping in and saying hi, Ryan. Good news for you. This stream will be saved and recorded, so you can catch up on it later, and you can hang out and have fun with us and see what you missed earlier because we watched some fun vintage films before.
All right.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna get back into the commercials now. I don't know if you're able to watch. It sounds like you're driving, so I don't want to. Yeah. Please drive safe. Please keep your eyes on the road. Don't have a crash.
Yeah, I was caught by a train, so I just stopped for a minute.
Oh, and don't play near the train. We were talking about this before. Like, don't try to beat the train, otherwise you could like lose an arm. And play safe.
No.
And always play safe. A message from the War Amps of Canada.
Oh, I appreciate that. Enjoy the stream, guys.
Thanks for dropping in, Ryan.
See you, Ryan.
Take care. All right. Hey, I'm glad that voice chat thing actually works, because it took me a while to figure out, okay, how can I make it so that I can have the voice chat work on the stream, and it sounds like it did. So yeah. Yeah. Brick says he heard Ryan, so I guess we're operating at 100% success rate so far.
Velouté. Vanille française. Chocomocha. Cappuccino. Chocolat.
Just in a regular, average, everyday to Couche-Tard, there's some douchebag dancing in the aisle, drank too much coffee, ate too
French Tom Green.
He ate too many Pringles, or he ate too much poutine, and yeah, he looks like a French Tom Green. You're right.
Thé. Venez goûter à toute heure nos saveurs de café à Elvanout, infusées à la seconde, chez Provisoire et Couche-Tard.
Yeah, that's something I mentioned earlier to FDO about Quebec commercials with Quebec actors. There's always some douchebag. There's always like some guy with like a Jerry Lewis kind of thing going on, or like a Tom Green thing going on with like a really elastic face, and they always have these really punchable faces. Like you just want to like punch them. And I don't know. Maybe I have trauma from my childhood, from like having only 3 TV channels and 2 of them being French. And
in the Highlands, evil has many faces, and justice has just one name.
The Cloud. What's happening to me?
Cloud.
I didn't know that there was a cartoon series of Highlander. That's dope. Do you ever watch it?
Nope.
No, me neither.
I didn't know it existed. A lot of these cartoons are. I was on IMDb looking at like Canadian-made cartoons, and I was like, well, I don't know any of these shows. They all seemed like no clue. But I picked Highlander and I picked Flash Gordon because I've seen other versions of those.
Well,
kind of know what they are.
Everybody knows like Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps, but like you had mentioned, it's better to save those, keep them in your pocket for like a Halloween show, right?
Yeah.
And Highlander was like, to what Dave said, an insane franchise that had like one good movie and then just like fucking crap and like just worse and worse, like more ridiculous premises and like worse actors, and they just kind of dragged the IP through the mud, and then I guess it culminated in this like Canadian cartoon.
Hey, quick fun fact I just wanted to say about this cartoon.
Yeah?
Go for it.
They tried to make 2 seasons, but it turns out there can be only 1.
There you go.
Oh,
I'll see myself out.
Always cracking those jokes.
You're immortal. Face your destiny. Take this sword. Fight like a Highlander.
It's the battle of good versus evil, and the last immortal will claim the prize.
Supreme knowledge and absolute.
It's the trailer voice guy, the guy whose voice was in like every trailer.
Power.
In a world.
The action-packed McCloud legacy continues in the movie.
Coming to theaters this holiday season.
Highlander, the adventure begins from family home.
I feel like everybody can do an impression of like the trailer guy, and everybody can do an impression of Don Pardo. I was talking about this like that last time Don Pardo came up on one of Dave's streams, and like there was like 5 of us who like came out with our Don Pardo impressions. FDO, do you have a Don Pardo?
I don't think so.
Sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Like that's a bit mean of me, but yeah.
No, it's just funny because like I used to do voices a lot, but I have not done voices in a long time. So I would want to, but at this point I would just be embarrassing myself.
Well, I was wondering because I'd never actually heard your voice until about 2 hours ago. It's like,
really?
Is this actually going to be a good idea? Or is this going to? It turns out it worked pretty good. So we're having fun here.
I have been on Dave's show before, so I thought you would have heard.
Oh well, I guess I missed that one, or it might have been before my time. I don't know. Musical guest. Yeah, that's right, Dave. All right, let's get back into this. I think we're almost at the end of the commercials here.
Here it is, your 1995 menu
Edmonton.
for summer fun in Edmonton. Start out with West Edmonton Mall, where you can ride, glide, slip, and slide all summer long.
Have you ever heard of the West Edmonton Mall? It's supposed to be like at one point it was the biggest mall in the world. In the world. Then it got surpassed, I think, by the Mall of America, the mall in Minneapolis. And then Edmonton didn't have any other claims to fame since. Yeah, Brick lived in Edmonton for a while, and he got to sample all the great things that Edmonton, Alberta has to offer. I don't know, freaking freezing cold winters.
The menu heats up at Northlands Park with the Klondike Days Exposition and Thoroughbred Racing. Sample terrific festivals like the Folk Music Festival and the Heritage Festival, to name a few. Finish up with the Valley Zoo.
Oh, was that a llama?
To name a few, that's all they have.
You need to name a few. That's it. Yeah.
And the Provincial Museum and more. If you're coming to Edmonton this summer, call 1-800-463-4667 for a valuable coupon book and a menu for summer fun calendar. Edmonton, so much to choose from.
Well, I'll tell you something about Edmonton. If you're going to have any fun, you better have it in the summer.
What in the world is the best way to make a hungry mouth happy? Why, a wild and crazy, super cheesy, incredibly yummy, awesome, fantastic, delicious pan pizza from Pizza Hut.
From Pizza Hut.
Where it's YTV Kids Night every Tuesday with pizza or...
Yeah, you see, like, that is like the apex of human progression right there. When you could get a pizza, a personal pizza from Pizza Hut, and it came in like its own pan, and it was yours, and then you didn't have to share it with anyone else, and it was delicious. And I don't know, maybe if you eat it now, maybe it's like nostalgia talking, you know, it's like, it's not really that good. It's probably better than a Pizza Pocket though, but those were the days.
Yeah,
man.
but according to Dave, because it's Pizza Hut, it's trash. But remember, Dave is a troglodyte who likes pineapple on his pizza, so he must not be taken seriously.
Pineapple on pizza, opinion discarded. I'm gonna say this, like, I say this a lot. Pizza Hut now, trash. Pizza Hut in the late 80s, 90s, freaking treasure. Not just the whole experience. You get the red plastic cup. You get the stained glass like light above you, and like they bring you the pizza, and they like slice it for you there, and like, you know, it's like it was.
Feed it to you. They put it directly into your mouth.
They would feed
move
it
your
to
jaw
you
up and down.
They would like manipulate your jaw for you. They would
and then when you're done,
they would take you to the bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, they would take you to the jacking off chair machine that pops your Gloganberries.
It was really that good. It was a full service pizza parlor, full service.
Now our amazing dessert bar at participating
Yeah, and they had that dessert bar where you get the soft serve and the chocolate sprinkles.
restaurants, free balloons, placemats, and kids get 2 Thunderbirds collector cards. When your mouth's hungry, Tuesday's YTV Kids Night at Pizza Hut and nothing but.
Unfortunately, YTV Kids Night at Pizza Hut was not valid in Quebec, and I was so upset when I was a kid, because all I wanted that, go out, I wanted to have that pizza and like take part in and get my Thunderbirds collectible trading cards. I couldn't, because I lived in Quebec, and Quebec is like the backwater of Canada, where like we wouldn't get certain things, right, because it would have to be all translated into French, and a lot of businesses were like, hey, we just don't want to do that. So you're not going to get any Taco Bell, you're not going to get any Red Lobster, and you're not going to get YTV Kids Night at Pizza Hut, unfortunately. That's why I moved to Toronto, because I said fuck Quebec.
You had fun seeing the Grizzlies play their first season. Next season they'll be
here's the
even better.
Grizzlies.
Draft picks, a seasoned team. You'll be floored by how great they
Wanted to
are.
balance it
Look
out,
for the
so
Energy
I
Bar
had to
display
get it.
for your chance to win floor seats to see the Vancouver Grizzlies home opener for the 96-97 season at GM Place. Partial proceeds for the sale of the Energy Bar donated to the Grizzlies Futures Foundation. The Energy Bar.
The Grizzlies had no future. They became like the Memphis Grizzlies, right?
Great taste from
the Energy Bar.
Haywood newspaper.
It's got what plants crave.
The Great Energy Corporation. Who else? Get it at Overweighty Save On Foods.
Okay, $1.99 videos. Take one. G'day.
This is another Jumbo Video commercial, right? I've never heard of.
Yes.
I've heard of Jumbo Video. They were like an Ontario chain, I think, And it was like it was a full service video store. I mean, they would jack you off and everything.
For a deal as plain as the nose on your face.
They would do it in the
24
curtain
hours.
room, too.
Goes like nobody knows it better.
Children's movies. Rent one, get one free.
Hey, boys and girls.
What's this? Cut. Free popcorn.
Very enterprising and highly logical.
Cut! More stars than an elephant can remember.
Now, I think that this commercial is a bit earlier than the other commercial, and the reason I think that is because this one is stop motion, and the other one was CG. Also, that's a really...
Also, you could tell from the, just the camera quality and using these title sequences at the end here. This very tight font is very much earlier.
20 locations. They had 20 locations in all, including Thornhill and Welland. It's really weird that they chose Thornhill and Welland because those two places are not even close. Anyway, whatever. And I think that's it for our commercials. That was the last one, wasn't it?
Yep. I wanted to save a good one. There's a lot of great pop culture references and captured in stop motion, claymation. So might as well end it strong.
We got a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun today. We learned a lot about Canada, and I think the real Canada was the friends we made along the way. And
it's like that South Park episode. You meet a mime along the way. You meet what's his name? He's an asshole or whatever.
All I remember is the mime. I don't remember what else was there. It was like
there was the guy with the bag on his head. He was hideous, but he just looked like everyone else.
He was because he didn't have the flappy head, right? Is that why? Because he was like,
I think he had a flat...
half American or something. Half American creative. Well, this half native creative is ready to call it for the night. I want to thank everybody and thank Ryan for joining on the voice chat and saying hi. That was really cool, and also proves that the system works. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you very much, FDO, for all of your hard work on this and setting us up with some great commercials to watch. And
thank you for having me on.
Thanks to Dave and Krista for letting me use the Discord and for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said before, this is all for you. This is a special presentation for an audience of 2. Well, that's not true, but for the audience of 2 plus, 2 plus, let's say. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And maybe this won't be the first. This won't be the only time. Maybe I'll start doing my own streams, and maybe me and FDO will start doing some fun shit. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, and we're gonna call it quits. And have a great night, everybody. Bye.
See ya.
Oh, and we don't have any end credits, unfortunately. So it's just gonna be like. So sorry about that. Actually, you know what? I'll play the opening sequence one more time, and then we'll end it that way. How's that? Let's see if I can get that to work.
Just play it backwards.
Here we go. All right, bye everyone.
See ya.